What did I do? Didn't I read some notes? Oh yeah, I read that, didn't I? Yeah, that was it. And I go and see what's her name. In her sitting room. In her where the hell's that? Oh god, that's this maze. Oh.
I hear laughter coming from the powder room.
Sweet. Is this not the powder room? Oh, there we go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Holmes. James has just been showing me the photographs from his hunts.
Oh, but I wasn't the only hunter.
My respects, Miss Bromsby. Hello, Lieutenant. If I could have a look.
Oh, I?
I must say, this is quite a handsome specimen, but it is surprising how light it appears.
That bull weighed near 1,000 stones.
No, beg pardon. I was referring to your portfolio.
That is but another souvenir of my travels to Africa.
Yeah, right.
I came here specifically to inform you that everything goes well with the case, Miss Bromsby. But I need to ask you a question of a more personal nature. If the Lieutenant would be so gallant as to give us a moment of privacy.
Your servant, Mr. Holmes. I will retire to the smoking room.
I can't walk in a straight line like that one.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Oh god, it's one of these things again, isn't it?
I should reveal one of my hints. I should reveal one of my hints. Does this photograph belong to you?
Yes, it's mine. This is the photo of an actress who was with their touring London company. They gave a performance at the town near my boarding school in Switzerland. This is Miss Davenport. She was kind enough to meet with us in her dressing room after the show.
And how would you describe this actress?
Oh, she was fascinating, on the stage and in life as well. She personally inscribed this likeness for me. You see, they were available for purchase during the intermission. She was so very beautiful.
Pray, continue.
When I met with her, she showed me this beautiful earring that she wore. It was in the shape of a wave with foam, made entirely of sparkling stones. It's strange, but I have never talked about this with anyone till now. I do hope I see her again someday.
Perhaps. Now, listen to me, my dear child. I must ask you to speak to no one about our conversation, not under any circumstances. The discovery of the truth rests on your silence. I've got to go now.
I understand.
Where have I gone? Oh, there I am. Oh, don't tell me it's a bloody quiz, please, God, no. I feel like I'm at school. Oh, it's night time. Dusk, I would say. Not many people have got the lights on, have they, really?
This lieutenant seems a very commendable person. Miss Lavinia is fortunate to have him near. Lestrade was saying that he has found more evidence of Grimble's trail. The corpse we found at the cement factory may well have been an accomplice and the true murderer of Sir Bromsby. Grimble could have easily obtained an invitation for him to the reception. Then, some time after the deed was done, Grimble eliminated his accomplice to prevent his speaking. Or perhaps not. Whatever are you musing about, Holmes? Holmes?
What is it, Watson?
Blast it, Holmes! You haven't heard a word that I have said.
It is of no consequence. Tell me, have you had the opportunity to redeem the item with the receipt we found at Hunter's?
Oh, yes, it was a simple matter. In order to get the best price, Hunter agreed to redeem the item within 2 days' time. Look, these appear to be real diamonds.
Oh, yeah. Finally got in the damn bloody game.
It seems to me that we have gathered all of the key elements,
Oh,
Watson.
no.
However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings. The questions should be answered yes or no, and just...
Don't need that rubbish. Right, let's go for it. Right, green. Was the leader of the thugs who attacked Holmes directly connected to the case? Thugs who... Oh, the Chinese guys. Was the leader of the thugs who attacked Holmes directly connected to the case? Ah, Wong J, whatever his name is. On the docks of the Thames. Yes. Hang on. Yes, it was booked at the old Fairfax Theatre which that guy bought. I'm gonna go with yes. Watch it be bloody wrong. Okay. Right, blue. Can we say that the person who killed Simon Hunter is skilled with weapons? I would say skilled with weapons, a bullet right through the heart. Okay, let's go with yes. Alright. Are the ruins near Richmond Abbey a common haunt for wanderers? Oh, I think this is a yes, isn't it? Yes. God, I hope this is right. Oh God. Can the handwriting on the message found in the ruins be the same as that on a previous document? Handwriting on... Is that the... That was the hand... That was the one, wasn't it? Right, okay, so... Oops. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, let's have a look at that. There's the M and the L with a little thingy on. That's threat W, isn't it? What did I say it was? There's the L with the thing on there. The M with a little dash on it. Oops. We have no capital M's, do we? No. The U has the little thingamajiggy on it. And the A looks like a little D. Where's the A? Yeah, I would say so. God help me, this is looking good. So we'll go with yes. Yes. Oh, I have a feeling this is all wrong. Is it easy for a retired English officer to find work as a prison warden abroad? For what? Retired English officer find. So I keep forgetting. Prison warden abroad. Ah, so is the answer yes again?
We must have made an error, Watson. Let's check our answers.
Fucking hellfire.
The questions should be answered.
Oh, yes, so that's definitely right in it, I would say. Let me have a look. Because it says there, he wanted to leave Bombay, won the officers, and apply for the post of a principal penitentiary at a coast frequently non-commissioned officers, as there's no better director than a former officer of the British Army. So that's definitely a yes. Oops. Right. Now, I'm thinking that that is the same as that. I know there's another. Could it be this one here? Hang on a second. Oh, there's the eye. Ah. No, wait. There. Right. Let's see if that's correct now.
We must have made an error, Watson. The questions should be answered.
Piss off. Okay. The ruins are common haunt for wanderers, yes. Can we say the person is yes? What I said it was. Wong Ji. Well, I'll go with no.
We must have made an error, Watson. Let's check our answers. The questions should be answered yes or no.
Let's go back to the top of these bloody things. I'm still going to go with yes on that one. See, I think this is definitely right. Now, this one he talks about the Wanderers, doesn't he? Or the ruin, not the ruins, the tramps. So I think that's right. Now this is the bit that I'm a bit stuck with. So wait a minute. Can I do it? Oh wait. I'm just curious. What happens if I just put that one in there as well?
It is simplicity itself, Watson. We have answered all the questions.
What did he do?
Hello, Watson.
Hello.
Good morning, Lestrade. You are an early riser.
Good morning, Lestrade. You look really tired. You must have had a lengthy meeting with the minister.
But hold on. How on earth could you know that, Holmes?
I can read you like an open book. I jest with you, gentlemen.
It's not the proper time for jesting, Holmes. But upon my word, how did you find out about the minister? I was assured that only 3 or 4 persons at most had knowledge of this meeting.
Oh, I would rather withhold my explanation.
So you must be aware of the subject of the meeting.
Indeed, but Dr. Watson knows nothing of these events.
Well, our incorruptible yet ever practical minister shared the thoughts of the Chancellor of the Exchequer with me. They've decided that it would be most imprudent, given the crisis we're under, for a young lady barely 18 years of age to take control over one of the country's 3 biggest building enterprises.
I begin to understand, but
According to the minister, despite his bad habits due to the lack of consideration for his partner, Grimble is the only individual that the council has faith in to reverse the current state of the Bromsby holdings. It was further explained to me that if there is a choice to make in the direction of my investigation, and lacking any new evidence to the contrary, I must take these concerns into account.
this is outrageous.
And you, Lestrade, what are your personal thoughts on the matter?
I really can't say, Holmes. The prospect offered by Grimble seems so attractive. He had credible motive to murder Bromsby and then foul it. In addition, he was the only individual with apparent access to the shed at the cement factory where we discovered the corpse of his presumed accomplice. However, the only gadfly to this theory is his statement to Dr. Watson when he clearly renounced all rights of succession.
That is an item of singular curiosity.
It is difficult for me to believe that a man who could plan and execute 2 or 3 murders with such cool presence of mind would give up an opportunity of this magnitude so easily. I also have spent sufficient time at Sherringford Hall to have a high opinion of Lieutenant Harrington.
I agree with you. This young man, by all accounts, has an unimpeachable character.
I have no evidence to cast doubt on the truthfulness of his testimony. We reconstructed the crime, and it was evident from where he stood he could easily see Miss Bromsby despite the crowd. Really, Holmes, I'm not a man who would hand over an innocent girl to the executioner, even should it cost me my career.
I am pleased to hear you say this, Lestrade. By the way, Lestrade, have you any knowledge of the place known as Aston's Theatre?
Is it that shabby theatre that lies near the bank of the Thames?
Yes, several weeks ago it was acquired by the Fairfax Theatre Company. Their international tour appears to have been most successful, as they are set to open their new play in a week. Dwight Richards happens to be their director.
Dwight, of course.
You mean the author of the threatening letter that we found on Bromsby's desk? I must admit, I thought the letter to be of small consequence. After all, it involved a matter from so long ago.
Sometimes old wounds are the most painful. In fact, we are leaving for Aston's right now. I know that you are quite busy, but if you feel like joining us, meet us at noon.
Save. Alrighty. What's this say here?
This might be interesting.
It certainly looks interesting, whatever it is I'm looking at. I know. I'm just having a look around before I go and do anything stupid like go inside the building. Let's go. Unknowns.
Aston's Theatre. Here we are.
Oh, of course.
We are not open to the public yet, gentlemen. Oh, bless my soul. I can hardly believe my eyes. It is the young Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
Watson, allow me to present Philotomy Kirby, who in his day was one of the last great hopes of the popular stage. He also took great pains to advance my comprehension of the many subtleties of the theatrical arts.
So he can still prattle away. Don't listen to him. This is the most talented student I've ever met, upon my word, as an actor. But those days are past. So, am I speaking to the former actor or the world-renowned detective today?
Tell me, what you know about the Fairfax Theatre troupe?
2 months ago, they returned from an international tour. Richards, their director, had managed to secure the necessary funds to buy back Aston's. It seems he had finally resolved his troubles.
He was in some kind of trouble.
It's always the same with those tours abroad. Your star actress marries an emir. Another time, the entire troupe has their luggage stolen. Anything is possible, and whatever occurs is usually nothing good. But who would have imagined such a tragedy?
What tragedy?
Their last tour started about 3 years ago. At that time, the troupe was housed at the Fairfax Theatre. But a series of failures forced the owners to sell it at a substantial loss. The owners were 3 individuals: Dwight Richards, their current director, Miss Davenport, their star actress and the mistress of Richards, and lastly, a young actor, costumier, makeup man called Jeffries. They decided, after the sale, to launch an international tour in order to raise funds.
Their success was assured?
Yes, the fame of English theatre is worldwide. During their travels, Jeffries and Miss Davenport developed a close relationship, which was much to the regret of the hot-headed Richards. He is a gypsy by birth. No one can be more possessive and quick-tempered than a gypsy.
Pray continue.
In short, a dark tragedy occurred in a village in Latin America, located not far from the Amazon. One evening, after their performance, someone noticed that Miss Davenport and Jeffries had gone missing. The local authorities were notified, and the alarm was raised.
And Richards?
Richards was implicated in some manner, it seems to me. However, there was no proof of his involvement, and no bodies were ever found.
What a strange case.
If you need more details, you should ask the actors. As you may observe, they are rarely able to hold their tongues.
I will see you later, Kirby.
Yes, it was good seeing you again.
Could they not have just, eloped?
Hello, young man. What are you looking at?
It's a man, I thought it was a female.
I'm sorry, you startled me. I'm looking at her. Her.
Pervert.
Are you from the press? Of course you are. You must be here to interview her. Oh, the play is wonderful, and Miss Caroline will surely shine. If only my father could have seen this day.
Your father?
Yes, I am Bruce Aston, and my father was Clyde Aston, the former owner of the theatre. It may have fallen into some disrepair, but during its time it was well loved by so many. A host of young actors debuted on that venerated stage. Why, it was at this very spot where Mr. Richards first met Miss Davenport.
Have you ever heard of the Fairfax Theatre?
It is the theatre which was demolished. It seems to me that it had been owned by Mr. Richards together with Miss Davenport and a friend of theirs. They left on an extended tour, but I think it went badly for them. After his return, Mr. Richards bought the theatre back from the bank, and I do hope his good fortune will continue.
Well, we can hope.
With the talented Miss Caroline, I think anything is possible. And the building is still solid and comfortable. Though the bank took over the theatre, they left the keys. From time to time, I would do what I could to tidy up a bit or see to a broken window.
Are you a part of the troupe?
Yes. When Mr. Richards noticed how I had worked to keep the place up, he hired me. I helped Mr. Kirby a little, and also Mr. Trumpet backstage.
Trumpet.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
Excuse me, may I ask you some questions?
Naturally, I'm listening to you.
You are rehearsing at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, we are in rehearsal for the play we are to perform at the month end. Are you critics or reporters? As you know, we just came back from an extended tour. We were a triumph everywhere we performed.
Tell us about this international tour.
We performed in France, in Switzerland, and even for an Arab prince. We were met with acclaim at every stop. If tragedy had not occurred, we were to appear next in New York. But fate had other plans for us.
What sort of tragedy?
Oh, surely you must have heard about it. All because of those in our company who assumed the right to reveal every distasteful and intimate detail of a most tragic event. Anything to gain publicity for themselves. It is positively scandalous. But even a professional actor such as myself respects the privileges of the press and the public's right to know.
Your sensitivity honours you.
Please, continue your story.
The events took place in a most sordid place in Brazil named Guacamole or Babiamo or something like that. I still can't stop asking myself what we were doing there in the first place. But to be brief, our talented costumier, Mr. Jeffries, had been having a tete-a-tete with the beautiful Miss Davenport. Unfortunately, she was still very much the mistress of our director, Mr. Richards. I tell you, the tension was unbearable.
Really?
In the view of a professional, they were the worst hours of my life. Miss Davenport was spending the whole day closeted in her room. Mr. Jeffries trembled so uncontrollably that he was unable to do our makeup. Mr. Richards stepped in, and I must say, he was a pitiful substitute. May you never be so ill-fortuned as to have your face in his large, hairy hands.
Yeah, sounds bad.
And then?